Hi, Doug Mealy here, safer handling, use of force specialist and presenter of This week. I had the absolute pleasure and privilege of speaking with mental health nurse Kazeema Afzal, who recounted to me in detail a harrowing incident where she was nearly killed by trans patient Kiefer Sutton, tried to strangle her with a hoodie drawstring. Originally, Sutton's care plan required observations by both a male and a female nurse due to his high risk of self-harm. However, Sutton objected to the presence of a male nurse during personal moments, so the care plan was altered, allowing the male nurse to step out during these times. This change gave Sutton the opportunity to isolate Afzal by pretending to need the bathroom, where he then wrapped the cord around the neck and he tightened his grip. Kazeema said she thought she was certainly going to die, and she even felt like her soul left her body. Sutton was sentenced in Crown to life in prison for attempted murder. The court hearing revealed Sutton's violent history, including 46 counts of actual or threatened violence, more than half against healthcare staff. This absolutely shocked Kazeema to only now learn about Sutton's violent past. She stated that had she known, quite rightly, she'd have refused to be alone with him and said it has scarred her for life. Now, viewers, does this highlight failures to inform her of the full extent of Sutton's danger, or should patient confidentiality come first? Despite the trauma, Kazeema returned to work to face her fears, although she still remains on medication. The court went on to detail Sutton's history of violence in hospitals and prisons, which included incidents where he'd grabbed a nurse by the neck, headbutted another, and threatened to slit a staff member's throat with a pair of scissors. Judge Simon Ward described Sutton as a manipulative individual and deemed him a continuing danger, which warranted giving him a life sentence. Despite identifying as male, Sutton is being held in a women's prison. In court, a training system that staff had been taught was also brought up, and it was highlighted that had a brave colleague not stepped out of their system of clinical skills for breakaway, he wouldn't have been able to free Kazeema with the low-level intervention, and Kazeema would have been murdered by Kiefer, a patient who already had a history of violence. So viewers, are there greater freedoms given to manipulative or dangerous patients for fear of offending people whose disposition, inclination or illness may be used opportunistically? Are we in fact seeing a severe watering down of skills to support staff members' absolute right to protect their lives under Article 2, which is the right to life? And finally, should we even bother teaching any of these so-called breakaways? Or, as has been adopted by some NHS trusts, would the principles of reasonable force and the laws on self-defence better apply than actual techniques? So that's it from me, Doug Mealy. As always, I'd welcome your questions, comments and observations, and I'll see you next time on They Lie.